Hi friends, this is tip number 6 in my series of 30 Poshmark tips selling on Poshmark. And the sixth tip that I have for you is has to do with packaging. So I know earlier I talked a little bit about the boxes that you'll want to order before you start selling, and you'll want to have those handy. But you also don't want to go into debt with packaging. So I know it's so tempting to say, I'm going to go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby and I'm going to get ribbon and tissue paper and those cute little note cards that are $2.99 for five of them. And by the time you're done buying all of those items, you could end up spending, even with the coupon, like $10 or $15 on supplies for wrapping up your item and making it look cute. Of course you want it to look cute, but you don't want to spend a lot of money packaging it up to make it look really cute. So here's some tips that I have. I send out up to, the most I've ever shipped in one day is 25 packages. And then in a weekend I did 37. But on average it's about 10 packages a day. And I have my cost figured out to where I'm spending 10 cents per package on everything, like the label and the ink for the printer and my tissue paper and my ribbon and my thank you cards, like all of it. We figured it out. So this cost me per package 10 cents, and I'll show you what I do. So the first thing I do is I get this package of tissue paper at Dollar Tree, and this one has 25 sheets for $1. And then we even often will cut this in half, because usually it's only like a shirt or something, so you only need a little piece of tissue paper. It still looks really cute when I wrap it, because it's still plenty of paper, but like it's a whole sheet. If it looks like cheap, I'll use the whole sheet, but if it's just a small item, I really only use half a sheet, which would make it 50 per 50 sheets if I only use a half sheet per $1. So I buy a lot of these at Dollar Tree, and I have these ready to go. And it's also good to have handy for gifts if you're giving away gifts. And then another thing I use for my packaging is I like to pack around the item, so that way it's not moving around a lot. And I've used a couple different things for packaging, but what's free for me is my husband and I, we shop at Kroger and sometimes Meijer, but we always get these paper bags. And this is just like regular brown paper. And what we do is we just like rip it and crumple it up so it looks like brown packing paper, and it's totally free. So next time you're at the store, if you like this method, you can pick up a couple of packaging paper or paper bags. So we use those to package our items, just to put around the item after we've wrapped it in tissue paper. So we'll put it usually at the bottom and the top in case anybody's like opening it up with like a knife or something. I don't want them to stab the item inside. So I'll just put that at the top and bottom to protect the item. And then when somebody buys a product, I pull the product, and when I'm packaging it up, I buy these bags. I buy these at Walmart. These are bread bags. I have big ones, and I also have little ones. These are little like sandwich bags. And they're just clear, and when somebody buys the product, I don't have a product with me. I do have a little stamper though. So I put the product in the bag. That was a little heart that fell out. I put it in the bag and I fold it over, and then I'll put a little piece of tape on it so it's secure. And once it's in the bag, I then put tissue paper around it. And after I tissue paper it, those bags for 100 of them, they're about $2.50 for 100. So I know most people don't use bags, but I had one lady who spent $500 on a bundle of items, and I wrapped it in plastic, and she sent me a note, and she was like, "Thank you so much for wrapping it in plastic. I got home from work one day and realized my package was sitting out in the rain, and I was expecting it to be ruined." And she was like, she was delighted to see that it was wrapped in plastic. And I've had other comments like that, but I was really thankful for that precaution, because it would have been ruined for her. And I'm just really glad that we're able to protect the items with just a little bit of plastic, so it doesn't get wet in case it rains or if it's winter and it snows. But we put the item in the plastic, and then we put it in tissue paper. And then I buy these big rolls of ribbon at Michael's. With the coupon, you can get them for about $2 for 500 yards, and that's a lot of ribbon. So I usually cut a piece of ribbon about this big, wrap it around the tissue paper, and tie it, and then I finish it off with 2 cards that I've made myself. And these are the 2 cards I use. I hole punch them with my heart hole puncher. And this is the first card I use. It's like a little inspirational card with a verse on the front, and then different Bible verses on the back. And there's a lot of people who receive their package who say that they're really encouraged by this. And this is just something that, these are verses that mean a lot to me, and I just want to share them with my customers. So I put that on the package, and then on top of that, I put like a little card that I made. I cut this. Oh, by the way, I buy this paper also from Michael's. About once a month, they have packs of 50 sheets of paper. You get 5 packages of 50 sheets for $10. Plus, you can use a 25% off coupon on all of them. So you get it for like $7.50 for 500 sheets of like this cardstock that's colored. It's really beautiful. But I print off, I made this little template, and I print that off, and then this I just cut with a slicer and hole punch it, and then I write thank you on it and tie that up with the ribbon. And I put it in the package with my package, or the box that I order online, and then I put the packaging paper around it. And all of that comes to about 10 cents. And I know that if you're, not doing 5 or 10 sales a day, that you might not want to print off all these different things, but you definitely can get the bags from a grocery store and get a roll of ribbon, because who can't use ribbon? And even those little bread bags, you could even pick those up if you want to use those. I know a lot of people don't, but I'm sure glad I use those. So that's all I do. And then after I close the box, I tape it up and put my label on and tape that on, and then off it goes to the post office. So, and the whole process is actually really, really short. I know this video took like 9 minutes, but that's how I package my items, and that has really saved my customers with rain and snow, and kept the items in good condition. Plus, to me, I don't like the smell of cardboard, and I wouldn't want my item like getting the smell of cardboard on it, which I know sounds kind of silly, but I don't care for the smell of cardboard at all. So that was tip number 6. So thanks, guys. Bye-bye.